Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the Glory IS-5. This is a tier 8 Soviet premium heavy tank with regular matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Ensk with tier 9 as the top tier and no artillery. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and improved ventilation. I have it supplied with a large repair kit, large first aid kit, and instead of a fire extinguisher, I have extra combat rations. I don't mind running premium consumables with this tank, because on a decent game I can easily make between 60 and 100,000 silver. I've added the extra combat rations to help compensate for the slightly slower reload time that it has compared to the Fatherland IS-3A. So far using this tank, I haven't liked how easily the enemy is able to penetrate my frontal armor, but I've had some good success doing fast assault moves and side scraping. I only peek around the corner like this with the IS-5 when I think I'm going to catch the enemy off guard, because when you peek out like that, you give the enemy a very easy shot on your pike nose shape on the front of your tank, which most enemies will be able to go through no problem. So I really only do that when I don't think I'm going to get shot by the enemy. There, I was wrong, but I got lucky. Now I'm going to take up my side scraping position. You can instantly see the shots just getting absorbed into my tracks and side armor, but mainly just the tracks. I'm rather fond of this position on Ensk, especially when I spawn from the south side of the map, because this corner usually gives me the chance to shoot at multiple enemies. You get side and rear shots on enemies streaking across the streets in front of you, and in an average tier 8 game there's usually 2 to 4 enemies covering this street. When I head into the other areas of the city, I often find that you're getting a prolonged battle against side scraping heavy tanks, and so it's usually just a one-on-one situation that doesn't allow you to get very many epic games. It becomes more about who makes the most mistakes. But on this corner, I'm well rewarded for playing my tank well, whether it's angling my armor with a super Pershing or side scraping with one of the IS style tanks. I'm not quite sure what this Oni was planning to accomplish. Peeking out around the corner had already cost him most of his hit points, and he wasn't even hiding his side armor there. Now once again I thought I was catching the T10 off guard, and so I go for a quick peek around shot. Although it is still early in the game, that's an acceptable trade to make. Now I could have fallen back to defend my base here, but I ended up just leaving it to the heavy tanks that were unengaged at the back of the city. And really, if I had have tried to fall back, this T10 would have just followed me and shot me in the back. Fortunately, the enemy doesn't try to push around the corner behind me, and my teammate 430 medium tank makes sure of that, which means I can keep doing what heavy tanks do best on city maps, which is just slugging out with enemy tanks at close quarters. This is a very lucky shot I get on the enemy light tank here, but no doubt my improved ventilation and extra combat rations help improve my accuracy. Now at the moment I'm just using my APCR shells shooting at this E-75, but in a lot of cases I'll just switch to the heat rounds, because I have had quite a few easy shots bounce off the bottom plate of the E-75 with my regular APCR shells. And with your low ammo capacity in the IS style tanks, it's usually just better to switch to premium ammunition for more reliability. Now that we have won the main fight in the center of the city, it's time to reposition and take out the enemies on the outskirts and fall back to defend my base. I could have just rushed back and helped my teammates defend the base, but there was already quite a few of them there. Instead, I decided to help my teammates encircle these enemies on the corner here, and it gives me some very easy damage hits. Now because this is a close quarter city map, you don't really get to see the Glory IS-5's extra speed that it has, compared to the Fatherland IS-3A, but it's definitely nice having that little extra speed boost to get around the map, and it makes it a lot better at doing assault moves because it has that speed boost across open areas, and that extra horsepower to get around the enemy's side at close quarters. My team has a decent lead here, and so really all that's left is just cleaning up the remaining enemies. I'm disregarding my own personal safety at the moment to get a few extra damage hits because it is late in the game, and I knew I already had a decent amount of damage, so I was being a little greedy to rack up a few hundred more. I ran out of my APCR shells, so I'm now using premium ammunition on these enemies, which I really don't need to. It would have been nice to get this final kill to get me a Top Gun medal, but overall it was a really fun game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I earned just under 120,000 silver. That's with a 10,000 silver bonus from operations, but I did spend 40,000 on premium consumables. I earned 3,533 experience without any multipliers. In this game, I managed to deal 5,538 damage, assist with 127 damage, and destroy 5 enemies while blocking 2,340 damage. But don't forget how much damage I was able to absorb into my tracks when I was side scraping. This earned me high caliber, steel wall, Confederate, and unfortunately only a mastery badge first class. But this tank has some great potential, so it's not surprising that the mastery is so competitive. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,141. My teammate T10 also got 4,986 damage. That's over 10,000 damage between two Soviet IS-style tanks, and we each congratulated each other on the awesome performance. I managed to hit 19 of my 20 shots and penetrate 16 of those. That's some pretty good reliability considering I was fighting at close quarters, but also I was fighting some tier 9s. Despite all the damage I got, I didn't do much in terms of crew and module damage. I injured the driver in the E75 and damaged the engine in the STA-1. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Glory IS-5. I'm having a lot of fun learning this new game style, and although it's similar to many IS tanks that I play, it still has many strengths and weaknesses which make its game style unique. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.